I think I sit so far away from you. Hi, good morning still. This is the Sunday morning at Formland. How are you after 4 days of fair?
I'm actually doing really, really well. Yeah, I have a team with me this year, so I had good help getting everything ready. So I'm actually doing really well. And I always get a lot of energy talking with people, telling my stories behind the designs, which is for me the development process is one of the most exciting things with my designs.
We're going to talk about your designs as well. But we are now at the fair, and I've followed you. You started with basically like a small table and your things, and now you've grown into one of the more visual stands here at Formland. How long has it been?
It's about I think 4 or 5 years ago since I started. I was a part of the creative community where you is one of the small designers you get invited to be part of. I was very new. I had no idea. I had my prototype was flying in the day before, and I actually smashed one of them. So every night I had to glue it together, and no one noticed. And it was no. And one of the pictures been on Instagram for a long time. And every time I see this picture, I see the cracks. But no one else have seen it. Yeah.
Okay, so this show is called Design and Dessert. So we should drink some coffee first. It's still morning. Yeah.
Still morning.
And while you sip your cappuccino, I asked you what you wanted to get because I bought you. We're at the fair, and I was looking for sweets. There's always like sweets at the fair, but well, not enough. So you got a croissant.
Yes.
What kind of dessert person are you? How do you identify yourself?
I love ice cream. I love sweets.
Any kind of ice cream, or is it vanilla or chocolate or?
Yeah, I love vanilla with crunchy chocolate. Yes, that's what I go for. Pancakes as well. I love to go to pancakes houses. Yeah, definitely. Which is also a weird thing. Pizza with Nutella. It's also a very good thing. We always got that when we lived in Prague. There's like this pizza restaurant, and you get like a pizza with Nutella.
Okay, let's talk about design now, because you did not have me there with the pizza and Nutella. So Kodanska, where does the name come from?
It's the name of the street that we lived in Prague. One night we were out, my husband and I, and the taxi driver explains to me, "Do you actually know what Kodanska means?" And I was like, "No." He says, like, it means Copenhagen Street. Yes, it does. I already started to think about what am I going to do. I quit my job when we moved to Prague. And on our way back to Denmark, you have like this 10 hours drive. You always get the kids to sleep in the back, and you have a good time to talk with your husband. And I told him on the way up there, I'm going to start my own company. And he was like, what?
Yeah.
What? Why?
No,
exactly.
please, no.
That's what he said. And then on the way back, he actually said like, okay, so what are you going to do? And I said it's going to be named Kodanska because I think it's such a good story with our Danish nationality and with our daily life in Prague. So that's why I named it Kodanska.
Do you think the glass here, because we're looking at, you're doing glass, only glass so far. Do you think this is typical Danish?
I started out with ceramics, actually.
Did you?
I did. I started out with ceramics, but it's a small girl in Prague I started it up with, and she cannot do more to the shops. So that's actually how I started. But I became a part of this little creative community in Prague. I'm not from the creative world in Denmark, so I don't have any friends within this field in Denmark.
You have me now.
I have you. I'm so thankful. And I meet so many amazing people here, right? That's why this is such an amazing place for me to be. But in Prague, I'm a part of the little design community, and I know where to go to. So I got this friend, and we did ceramics, and she was actually from the town, one of the towns where they're doing glass. So she put me in contact with one of the glass blowers, and that's how it started. So I went there, and I said, I cannot draw, I cannot anything, but I have this idea in my head. And that's actually how I do my design process. They help me out. I take advantage of their specialities, their technologies, and I tell them about colors, how I want it to look, and then together we make it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you not show the audience how it started? Basically, like with this one, right?
Yes, it did. Yes.
Hold the mic, and I'll go closer to the camera.
Okay. I do. And it's actually a carafe, but a lot of people use it as a vase as well. And that was the one that was cracked. Yes, and I had to glue it together every night. I made a blue corner, and I only had one piece.
I'm taking the microphone back. Yes. Yeah, okay. But this is how it started.
This is how it started.
I'm sorry, I keep the mic. So this is how it started. Where is it going now?
That was where it started, and I was nominated for the Design of the Year with that one. I didn't win that year, but it gave a lot of focus. So that's where it all started, and then we made tumblers, and then we made bowls. I was actually going to make cocktail glasses, but it didn't work out, so I asked to get all the pieces in separate, and I had a nice little bowl, so the bowl came out. And then I wanted to play. I've been working at Graff in Denmark, and they do fabric. So I had this idea about that I could burn fabric into glass. So that's actually how the Flow collection came, because I have...
The big one?
Yes, the big one.
Hold the mic again.
Yes. And that is the new color that you're showing now. This is the new color that we are presenting here this year. Why orange and green? Yes, I actually brought a little thing to show you how I get the ideas. And I was painting my daughter's room, and this one was white and orange. And after I finished painting, it was a little bit bluish and orange. And then I thought, this is what we're gonna.
Hold it again. This is very like running back and forth.
Yeah, so I get ideas from colors everywhere. You know, if I see something, I'm like, that's interesting. Let's work with that one. Yeah. So that's how I do the colors. And
you also brought a stone. You brought a rock.
I brought a rock. That is from hiking in
Red Forest.
Vegas. In Las Vegas, in the red rocks. Yeah. So this is actually how I make the colors of the plates.
You know you're going to have to hold the mic again, yeah.
And what I really, it's a specific thing, but what I really love about the stone is that you can see it has like this smoky effect going out the colors, and that is what I have tried to make here with the colors in the plate. Yeah. So it's you get inspired everywhere, right? And sometimes I just spot one color and another color, and then I think, what if you mix them together and boom, you have it, right? And that's one of the things that I found out during the way is that I know something to put colors together. I think that's what we're quite good at here.
I think that this is actually my favorite, your plates. Yes. I think they're very unusual, and with the swirl thing, it's really precious. Very, very nice. Did it get a lot of attention? Because you launched this in August, right? Has it gotten a lot of attention in Denmark?
It has gotten a lot of attention. It's actually really difficult to make, and especially with the smoky effect and things like that. So we don't have them out yet. I'm gonna go down there next week, and we're gonna start the fully production, because every piece is unique. So and we get the smoky effect. It depends on the degrees, how many times we put it into the oven. So sometimes we burn the colors off, and then you have like a clear plate. So actually, it's quite easy to make one, but it's not that easy to make 10, 20 beautiful plates. So. That's what.
Yeah, there are fewer here at the stand than in August, so I guess some of them crashed or something.
Exactly, and then we actually also found out we cut some too low, and that's actually what I like about the designs. This is the small details, but if you have like the little top part around, when you set a table, you can actually see the colors from a long distance, and which gives like really a charismatic look on your table. But if it's totally flat, you cannot see it from the distance that you actually decorated your table with these beautiful colors. So that's one of the things I've been working with as well. So the first production, they cut them too low, and I said, like, this is a no-go. So we actually have restaurants who are using those now. Yeah, because one of the things that we've been struggling with is to make them flat. So if you push them in the bottom, you get a little bit top. If you put them the other way, you get them a little bit bumpy. But then we have one of the restaurants who's testing them is actually really fond of having them with a little bit of a lump, because then he can put the gravy around. Exactly. So there's some advantages of. So that's also how I'm thinking. Like, okay, maybe the standard Dane at home would like them flat, but we don't have to throw away all the pieces with a little bit. We can actually use those for the restaurants. So instead of throwing things away, we can actually use them in a different way. Like, every piece is unique. Yeah.
Good. I want to see how much time we have. I don't know what time it is. It's good. We have 5 more minutes. You know, I told you that this 15 minutes is like super short. We don't have time to talk about anything. I need to do like a dessert question, because we talk about design and desserts. So maybe I should ask you a typical question. If I would come to your home with your 4 kids,
Yes.
and you would treat me dinner,
Yes.
what would you give me as dessert?
As a dessert, I can tell you that would be my daughter, because she is fond of baking. She is baking every day. I am not very good in the kitchen, and she would make chocolate cake for you with vanilla ice cream. Yes, and she would make them where they are bleeding in the middle, so they would run out. Yes. Exactly. I think that's, yes, she made it for New Year's Eve for all of us. We actually ran away and stayed over New Year with some friends in a Swedish cottage out in the middle of nowhere with 4 kids. You know, it's no. So we made dinner of leftovers, and she made like this fancy dessert for us. Yeah.
You know what you should do now? You should try the croissant. We haven't eaten anything, and I have my hands full of glass, so I'm going to be watching you eat the croissant, and then you should give it a rating, I guess, or something, if it's good or not. I don't know if it's a typical fair food. Do you think so?
I normally don't get much to eat because we're so busy, so I get lunch around 4, so I don't eat very much. We have chocolate cookies just to keep the sugar level.
How was it?
It's very good. I just closed a deal with some French people, and yeah, so it's...
Bon appetit! Yeah. So you've now been here and you're growing, and you're sort of like very established here at Formland, at least. Where are you going from here? Where are you going to be next year, 2023?
What have been most important for me is to have my production, to have a good cooperation with my production team, to have everything up running, to have a stock, to have a warehouse, to make sure the quality is absolutely outstanding. And I have that now. So I actually said no to a lot of people because I wanted everything to be able to move out. So this year I actually started to talk with some Swedish agents, some distributor in Norway, Iceland. I just closed a deal with Brazil. I'm actually in contact with some in Russian. So now we're ready. And on Friday, we're going to launch our new website, which is going to be in 5 different languages. So we can actually go out and do marketing in different countries.
Are you considering like France? Maison Aubier, for instance?
I could imagine, and I would love to. I've been with the Danish export to Sweden. But I think we could do it ourselves. But one thing is that I would really love to bring one with me that can actually speak French. And that's what we're talking with some interesting people in France right now, because I think we could do great. And we started to do a lot of decorations assignment in Denmark, and I think we could do so much more out there. And there's so many interesting people. So definitely, we want to do.
I think the last question, because I'm sure we're running out of time without watching, because it feels in your spine. Your launch, orange was big in August, and you're still continuing with orange. What do you think is going to be your big color for 2023?
2023.
I know, it's a tricky question.
I already know. Yes, I do. But I'm not sure I want to tell you. But
give me a hint.
We do have it on the stand, actually. But we don't have it as a product.